Hi students, welcome to my lectures on chemical reaction engineering. Today we are going to discuss about stoichiometry relationship with rate of reaction, because during a reaction the reactants will consume, the products will form, not in the same amount. Okay, if 1 mole of A is getting reacted, on the product side maybe 2 moles of C may be product that is going to form. Let us say A plus B gives rise to C plus D is a simple reaction we are talking about, okay, or 1 moles of A plus 2 moles of B gives rise to 2 moles of C plus 4 moles of D. If this is kind of stoichiometry existing, there is different amounts of A will consume, different amounts of B will consume, different amounts of C will and D will form, okay, and the speed is also going to change. If 2 moles per meter cube per second, that is the speed at which A is consuming will be different with the speed at which the B is consuming, and it also different the speed at which the C is going to form and D is going to form. Everything depends on the stoichiometry. Okay. In today's lecture, if you know the speed of A, that means the speed at which the A is consuming, you have to find out the speed at which the B is getting consumed and the speed at which the C is getting and D is getting formed. Okay. Let us discuss the today. That is why topic today is called stoichiometry, the relationship between the stoichiometry and rate of reaction. Let us take a very small example. AA plus BB gives rise to CC plus DD. It is the reaction with a different stoichiometry. Capital A, capital B, capital C, capital D are the molecules involved in the reaction. Small a, small b, small c, small d are the stoichiometric coefficient, that means the amount of A, amount of B, amount of C, amount of D involved in the reaction. So, if you take this, I divide the equation 1 with small a, okay. That means what? If I divide every molecule with its stoichiometry divided by A, I get 1 mole of A plus B by A moles of B gives rise to C by A moles of C plus D by A moles of D, okay. It is better we keep the coefficient before A, which is our limiting reactant. We will talk about the limiting reactant later. Everything we are compare with that of A, that is why we have to divide, we have to make the stoichiometric coefficient of A equal to 1. To do that, you have to divide the entire equation with divided by A, okay. Okay. Here from the equation 2 we get many informations. You know, every 1 mole of A is getting consumed, B by A moles of A will get, B by A moles of B will get consumed, and with respect to that C by A moles of C will form, D by A moles of D will form. That means we have to compare with A. Every mole of A that is reacting, how many moles of B is reacting and how many moles of C and D are formed. So that is what this equation shape talks about. And if you see this equation, let us compare these two, okay. Finally we have to relate stoichiometry with the speed of or rate of reaction. B by that means B rate, that means amount of B, the speed of B getting consumed in the reaction divided by speed of A that is consumed in the reaction is B by A by 1, because every 1 mole of A, B by A moles of B is required in the reaction. So that is why the speed, the rate of reaction of B divided by rate of reaction of A is B by A by 1. From this relationship, B rate is equal to B by A times A rate. We know what is B rate is nothing but minus B. I discussed about this why minus symbol comes. For the reactants the minus will come, for the products the plus will come, because the minus will come because the reactants are getting consumed. That is why you have to take a minus symbol into picture, and products are getting formed. So that is why when you talk about the products, okay, we have to take the plus symbol. Okay. B rate is minus B is nothing but B by A rate means minus A. From this, minus RA by A is equal to minus RB by B. Now you can see the first relationship has come. If you know the A, you can calculate B. Okay, what is my rate? Rate of reaction of B is nothing but B by A times rate of reaction of A. That means first relationship has come. Similarly, let us see the relationship between, because we have seen A with B, let us see A with C. Okay, C rate divided by A rate, that is C by A divided by 1, because every 1 mole of A, C by A moles of C will form. That means the speed at which, compared to A, the speed of C is C by A times A. Okay, C rate by A rate is equal to C by A by 1. C rate is equal to C by A times A rate. What is C rate? RC, rate of reaction of C. What is A rate? Minus RA. Here, because the C is the product on the product side, I have taken is a positive sign. Because the A rate is on the reactant side, I have to take minus A. From this relationship, I get minus RA by A is equal to RC by C. Okay, this is our second relationship. Let us see the relationship between A and D. Okay, D, similarly, D rate by A rate is nothing but D by A by 1. That means D rate is equal to D by A times A rate. What is D rate? RD, positive. D by A times A rate is negative, because it is a reactant. From this, minus RA by A is equal to RD by D. From the 3, 4 and 5, okay, you get the complete relationship now. Minus RA by A is nothing but minus RB by B, which is nothing but RC by C, which is equal to RD by D. You have seen now the entire relationships. That means, if I know the rate of reaction of A, I can calculate the rate of reaction of B. If I know the rate of reaction of B or A, I can calculate the rate of reaction of C. That means everything. See, if you finally minus RA by A with respect to a relationship is nothing but minus RA by A, that means the stoichiometric coefficient of A, minus RB by B, stoichiometric coefficient of B, RC by C, stoichiometric coefficient of C, similarly RD by D. So let us take the small example so that you will get the more clarity. Example, there is one reaction 2A plus 4B gives rise to 1C plus 2D. This is the general reaction we have taken, and given rate of reaction of A is 3 mole per meter cube per second. Okay, if this is given, because the equation is given, stoichiometry is known, rate of reaction is given, now you have to find out what is rate of reaction of B, rate of reaction of C and rate of reaction of D. I know A equal to 2, B equal to 4, C equal to 1 and D equal to 2. From this, using this relationship, using first two relationships, okay, minus RA by A is equal to minus RB by B, that implies minus RB is equal to B by times minus RA. What is B? 4 by 2 times 3, which is equal to 6 moles per meter cube per second. Here you observe, the rate of reaction of A is 3 mole per meter cube per second, but rate of reaction of B is 6 moles per meter cube per second, because double the moles of A is getting double the moles of A. That means, see, 2 moles of A is giving 4 moles of B. That means the speed of B will consume in the reaction is double the speed of A. That is why you get 6 mole per meter cube per second. Similarly, rate of reaction of C is equal to C by A using the same relationship, minus RA. C is 1, A is 2 and into 3, 1.5 mole per meter cube per second. You can see minus RA, okay, is 3 mole per meter cube per, that is rate of reaction of A is 3 mole per meter cube per second, whereas rate of reaction of C is 1.5. That means it became half. Why? Because 2 moles of A is giving 1 mole of B. That means the speed of C will, the formation of C will reduce, okay, compared to the consumption of A, because 2 moles of A is giving 1 mole of C, half. Okay. Similarly, rate of reaction of D is nothing but D by A times minus RA, which is equal to 3 mole per meter cube per second. That means the speed of A is 3 moles per meter cube per second and D is also 3 mole per meter cube per second. Why? Because 2 moles of A is giving 2 moles of D. Okay. You can see The speeds depends on the stoichiometry of the reaction. Because today's class we get to know, once you know the speed of one molecule, how to calculate the speed of the another molecules. Negative symbol for the reactants, positive symbol for the products. Okay, hope you understand the stoichiometry relationship with the rate of reaction, and thank you very much. We will meet up with a new lecture.